Hello, I'm Ed Heiser, your Southeast Valley real estate agent, and I hope you all had a great Father's Day this weekend. I had a wonderful time with my family. So today I'm going to go over some advantages you may have in our current real estate market. If you want to get to the pulse of the market, supply and demand is a place to start. I'm a subscriber of the Cromford Report, and they're one of the sources of information that I use to help keep you informed. So here we have the CMI. The three dials each have 100 as normal, and 90 to 110 is considered the normal range, as you can see colored here in yellow. On the right is the demand. It's at 91, 9 points from the normal 100, but it's still in that normal 90 to 110 range. On the left is the supply, and it's currently at 43, which is 57 below 100. The market index is in the middle, and it's currently at 210, which is 110 above normal, and it's falling. So all-time high was in March 2021, and that was at 515. This year, 2022, the high was in February at 475. So here we have a chart showing the last 9 years of the CMI, and the 6 years from 2014 to 2019 are all grouped together in a steady flat range just above the 100 normal mark, which is in a slight seller's market. You can see 2020 and 2021 and 2022's wild roller coaster ride. Now the infamous frenzied seller market. Starting in March 2022, we have a sharp decline, as you can see, and it's declining at a record pace over the past 10 weeks. In the last month, we've had the fastest CMI drop on record. We're falling, though, from a frenzied seller market towards, well, normal. Is it going to flatten out as the rising supply meets the decreasing demand and slide into a balanced market? Man, I tell you, I wish I had a crystal ball. With so many outside influences impacting the market, it's impossible to know, just what's going to happen next. As we all have seen, the market can change on a dime. But let's take a deeper look at these supply changes that are happening. Buyers are finally seeing inventory rise after 2 years of rejection. Listings have doubled since March. Today's market is very, very different from the market we had only 2 months ago. We've not seen the 20 and 30 offers in the first 2 days, with several of them well above the listing price. That's not a bad thing. Is there an opportunity here? Well, let's take a closer look. In the $300,000 to $400,000 range, active supply is up 84% in the last 10 weeks. But supply is still pretty low in this range. Listings under contract are down 36% in 16 weeks. In the 400 to 1.5 million price range, the reason the range is this broad is because the stats are pretty much the same across the board here. Active supply is up 105% in the last 7 weeks. Listings under contract are up 29% year over year. Demand is still high, but there are a lot more listings coming on the market. And what this means is there are simply more choices for buyers and less competition. Yes, supply or listings is increasing and has doubled since March, and that seems to be concerning a lot of people. What I always like to do is take a bigger picture and get a more real and better perspective. So let's take a look at days of supply. Our normal supply is 6 months, and currently we're at 42 days, as you can see, and that's 1.4 months. Yes, we've doubled our supply since March, and we've come all the way back up, well, to only 1.4 months supply. That just shows you how low our supply really was. We still have a long, long way to go just to get back to normal 6 month supply. Now let's look at days on the market. One of the indicators that we look at that indicates a market shift is an increase in the average days on the market. For most of the year, listings have been 7 days on the market before getting an accepted contract. In May, that number went up to 9 days. By the end of May, it was up to 12 days. Now, with more inventory coming on the market, that number will keep going up. Sellers are going to need to adjust their expectations from an offer coming in 1 week or less to 2 weeks or more. Price reductions. Well, this is another major indicator of a market shift. Here's a chart that shows the overall average price reduction is $14,850. The median price reductions are up 435% in 12 weeks. Why the price reductions? Well, that's an easy one. Sellers are simply lagging behind this market shift. They, of course, are wanting the absolute most that they can get for their home, and why wouldn't they? And they're overpricing their homes. Once on the market, they're now figuring out that, hey, you know, the listings that they have done at $10,000, $25,000, and even $50,000 over the current market value isn't getting them any offers. So then they're reducing their asking prices, and thus we have the large increase in price reductions. So as you can see, this isn't the market crashing with home values dropping. It's simply homes being listed above value right out of the gate and then being reduced to the current market value. So let's pull all of this information together into an easier terms to understand. There's no indicators here that home values will be declining anytime soon. What this does mean for sellers, if you've been thinking about selling, well, you need to do it now. You need to take advantage of the seller's market that we're still in and capitalize on the growth that we've had. We're still in a seller's market, but you've lost the leverage of the frenzied seller's market because of the increased supply of homes. Demand is slowed, your competition is doubled, and days on the market and price reductions are increasing. What does this mean for buyers? Well, buyers are finally seeing inventory rise after 2 years of rejection. This is, trending better for them as homes don't have 20 or more offers in the first day, with many well over the listing price. You now have a larger selection of homes, and you're not going to get outbid every turn. Now a word on interest rates. Yes, they're up from their all-time historic low of 2.65. Rates always move up and down, and this isn't the first time that we've been in the fives. We were at 5% in November of 2018. We don't know where they're gonna go, but then again, we never do. I'm gonna put a tag here to link to my video where I go more into depth into the mortgage rates and a very interesting look at mortgage rate history. Now here's a real interesting article that came out today. The Mortgage Banker Association said that home purchases drove mortgage applications up the week ending June 17. Yes, that was just last week. The MBA index of mortgage applications rose 4.2%. So that's your market update for this week. I work with both buyers and sellers, and I'd love to work with you. My contact information is right here. Call, text, or email me. If you're thinking about selling, give me a call. I have a link below where you can get an instant home evaluation, and that'll help you understand the value of your home. And I'd love to meet with you, give you a CMA, and we can talk about your home. If you're looking to buy, give me a call. I have below a link to my MLS so that you can take a look at homes on the market. Join me next week for another market update. Until then, remember, I'm always just a phone call away.